It is always a great day to crown a new champion. That is what we are here to do today here at Warrensville Heights High School. One of North Canton Hoover, Fairview Park, CCC or Warrensville Heights will take home the 2025 LockedIn High School Summer League Championship. In the semifinals, we have the Ironmen and the Tigers up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one, it's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive, hits and pushes it over, unbelievable. We play on, it's blocked, we're tied, unbelievable.
From Warrensville Heights High School, we say good evening and welcome to the 2025 LockedIn High School Summer League semifinals as the CCC Ironmen take on the Warrensville Heights Tigers. He's Gabe Cozza. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. A lot of things on the line tonight, Gabe. It is going to be a loud atmosphere as expected. Always a great day to crown a champion and always a great day to be here at Warrensville.
Of course, always. It's always great. It's great to be back on here. Called some good games here in Warrensville, and hopefully this can be another great game at Warrensville.
You called the great game at Warrensville last season on January 2nd. That was a big win for Big Bro Sonny Johnson over Michi and Warrensville Heights. But going back to last season once again, this was a great battle between these teams last year. 57-55 the final in favor of Warrensville Heights. That game taking place on February 15th. So there is some still animosity between these two teams. CCC wanting redemption, but in regard to the Summer League, they just want to keep their undefeated record perfect.
Yeah, the Summer League's a great way to, obviously you want to win, but it's another great way to develop your players and really see what you're going to bring next year. Kind of a sneak peek for the season. So excited to see they found a lot of success, and we'll see if they can continue that today.
As we look in on the jump ball, Holland and company ready to go, and we are underway here in Warrensville Heights. The tip will go to the Ironmen of CCC. A great campaign last year, 14-8 on the year. Now they look to get even better in 2025-26. That ball out of bounds and going the opposite way in favor of Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, that was a quick shot off the dribble there. I would like to see some of these teams, especially with no shot clock, hold the ball, pass the ball around, build some offensive chemistry to start this game off.
For those unfamiliar with the rules, 20-minute halves, both halves being running clock, but we do have timeouts. The three, no good. Howland the rebound just outside the paint, puts it up with the right hand, also no good. Good rebound by Derek Alexander, the rising senior. Both teams come up empty on their first offensive possessions. It's the Ironmen's turn once again. It's Alexander, far wing, matching up with Camden Hill. Now Donnie Driscoll, one of the two stars on this squad, going top for Mike Duncan. Duncan drives left side of the paint, puts it up too high, no good. Loose ball taken in by Duncan in the near wing, and it will go back to the top of the arc. Foster driving in, lays with the left, no good. Loose ball inside the paint, picked up by CCC. They go again. Donnie Driscoll has the ball pushed away, and it will stay with the Ironmen.
CCC playing with a lot of energy right now, getting all the loose balls. Warrensville's got to get their hands on that basketball.
Both teams just not able to get anything going offensively quite yet as we are nearing the minute-and-a-half mark of this game. Some shot is bound to fall at some point, but looking at these two teams, you see Warrensville a lower scoring game against Lou West in the quarterfinals. CCC a demolition job of Solon in their quarterfinal on Tuesday. Good drive in the lane. Alexander puts it up and in, and CCC will strike first.
Textbook hop step right there.
Good work by Derek Alexander, the rising senior. Warrensville Heights looking to respond. Play to the top of the arc, picked up by Camden Hill. Hill top to Nick Parker. Parker, the rising senior, transferred over from Lutheran West a few seasons ago. Plays it far wing. The three is in and out, no good, and the foul has been called.
We saw Billingsley last year against Garfield come in that game and make some clutch shots. He's expected to play a big role this season, and that's going to be part of his role, knocking down threes there, and it almost went in there. That's a tough shot. Now he gets to the line and has a chance to sink three of them.
Three good opportunities early on in this game. Once again, the clock does not stop for free throws, so this is just borrowed time. Billingsley setting up for the first of 3, and that one is going to go in.
You saw Michi Johnson while Warrensville had the ball screaming at his players to move, and that's something you see in the beginning of basketball games. Sometimes teams can sort of have tunnel vision and sort of be, not locked into the game. But as we see this game go on, I expect this Warrensville team to really build a cohesive offense and build off their success from last season.
And you have 2 great coaches on hand here. Michi Johnson off to our left, Mike Duncan off to our right. 2 of the best coaches is NAO basketball. If there's anybody that can really get the best out of their guys, it's these 2.
Definitely.
Billingsley goes 3 for 3 from the line, and Warrensville Heights will take the lead early on in this game. 16:44 and counting left to go in the first half. 3-2 your score. Good drive, but a foul is called against Billingsley. That'll be his first. And the foul goes on Marquise Foster. I think the appeal there was that the elbow came from Billingsley, not from Foster.
Sure did look like it.
Kind of looked like a push-off, but CCC will retain possession. Duncan going in, plays it down low, and on the pump, it's an easy 2.
That's a great fake right there.
I believe that was Derek Alexander once again putting it in. He has all 4 tonight for the Ironmen. Both sides livid right now. 4-3 the score. Warrensville Heights looking for a response offensively. Nellensby 4-3, not going to get it to go. A rebound held down low, spins and puts it up and in.
Gotta love the intensity. Even though it's a summer league game, both teams playing like this is a playoff game. You love to see it.
And that is the beauty of this competition. You have some of the best guys in the area duking it out for some early season or really preseason silverware. The Ironman looking to respond. A lot of separation. He sends him sliding, but the basket not going to follow. Rebound Duncan. One heck of a move by Michael Duncan, just unable to follow it up with the basket. Foster spinning in the paint, puts it up. He is fouled by Billingsley, and that will be 2 shots.
I like what CCC's doing. They're doing a great job of creating separation off the dribble, whether it be spins, step backs. I like their offense so far. Now let's see if they can hit some shots at the free throw line.
A lot of fouls so far in this game, and that's what you would expect from these 2 bitter rivals. But off of the court, these guys, great friends, and that's the beauty of these rivalries. On the court, it's all business, but the moment the cameras cut, it's all smiles and hugs, and I'm sure a little bit of bitterness from the loser and a little bit of gloating from the winner. First one is good from Marquise Foster. And talking to Coach Duncan via Instagram before the game, he said his key guys so far, you have a couple of them. The main ones being a guy like Marquise Foster, Donnie Driscoll, and Mike Duncan. Those are the big 3 that they have. And with those guys, they can definitely do a lot of damage. Foster able to make both. Now 6-5 your score. Warrensville Heights looking to respond as they take it up the floor. Parker, top of the arc, double team, plays it left for Hill. Hill looking to move the ball, goes down low. Howard boxing in, slings it up, it's in the backcourt, and that will be a backcourt violation. Possession CCC.
I'll tell you what, this trap defense right now is giving Warrensville a lot of problems. You got to take a deep breath, get some screens out there, and keep your head up and look for the open man.
And the amount of times that we've seen that trap defense change games last season.
It's a great equalizer, it really is.
Pretty much every single game that happened. Duncan driving in the paint, gets some separation, unable to follow it up with the 2. Rebound Warrensville Heights and Cam Hill. Here comes the offense. Good sling to the wing. It is Nellensby, unable to get that one to go. Rebound Alexander in the paint. Low scoring affair so far in this one. 6-5 CCC on top. Near wing, Donnie Driscoll spinning inside. What a move, the hook, not gonna follow. Gets his own miss, puts it up in traffic and draws the foul.
There's not much Warrensville can do. CCC's doing a great job getting their own shots. We talk about shot creation, something that's so valuable in basketball today. And really, that's basically how CCC's gotten all their points, is just taking the ball, creating with the basketball, and getting to the rim and getting to the free throw line. It's an excellent way to play basketball, and I expect this to continue into the regular season as well.
I'd be surprised if it did not, especially if these guys do play each other again. But looking at Warrensville Heights, Jalen Gum, CJ Williams, and Gio Hester all inactive as they have Midwest Live tomorrow at Sandusky. I think, Gabe, this is the biggest summer of basketball that we've ever seen in the OHSAA. It is awesome. So many big competitions. These guys competing all year round. I think we're going to have maybe the best ever season of OHSAA basketball this upcoming year. Driscoll splits the pair. Corner 3, no good. Rebound Parker in the paint. And here come the Tigers. Nick Parker top, shifting top key. Dishes wide, it's Hill. Hale off the pseudo screen, goes down low, gets stripped, taken in by Donnie Driscoll. 2-on-1 fast break, great back-to-back passes, and it's an and one for Donnie Driscoll.
Man, they're getting to the cup. This is old school basketball, getting to the cup, absorbing the contact, and finishing. CCC has looked great offensively so far today, Smee.
Donnie Driscoll, a grown man in traffic. You'll see this great build-up play in transition, and that foul somehow gets it to go in. Thing of beauty.
It sure is.
In the summer, no less, and a chance for a three-point play. Of course he got it. Donnie Driscoll now with 4 points in this game. CCC out to an early 10-5 lead. The Warrensville offense not finding much of anything. Parker takes it just in the front court. Good drive down low, but still nothing going. Goo plays it near wing. Billingsley, far side, Nellensby. Nellensby transferred in from Lutheran East. A lot of championship pedigree, being coached by the great Sam Liggins over there. Parker driving, kicks to the wing. That three, a little bit shy, no good. Howland over the back, and it is going to be possession CCC.
I mean, they're everywhere on defense. They're swarming Warrensville. They're getting a good contest on every single shot. It's so hard for Warrensville to score. And then the other side of the ball, they're getting to the rim, creating on their own, and getting to the free throw line. CCC, I think they could be, a sleeper when it comes to OSHA. If you're talking about high school basketball playoffs, they could be a sleeper team this year.
14-8 last year. Did beat Hawkins 72-61 in overtime, but their loss came to Padua in the playoff sectional final. That is one game that they do want back for this upcoming year. They're going to have to make amends without the big move of the offseason, King Young transferring to Garfield. That ball out of play. It is possession Warrensville. But we will talk about that during halftime, Gabe, so get your thoughts ready on King Young and that whole saga that just happened. It's going to be a very interesting year, especially come NEO Youth Elite time. Wing three, gonna go in! Excellent chuck from Donald Jolly Jr., and that makes it a three-point game. Jolly, a newcomer to this squad. This is where legends start to be made, and he is having one heck of a game. Driscoll trips, loses the ball, and it is possession Warrensville.
This is why we love basketball, because it's a game of momentum. Right now, Warrensville starting to gain some momentum. They hit a nice three on one side of the ball, and that carries over to the other side. Play really tough defense, but make sure not to have any obvious contact. Don't foul them, and that's how you stop the CCC offense right now.
18 combined points in the first 10 minutes of play here in the semifinals. Nellensby, far side, spinning just outside the paint. Goes top, Billingsley. Unable to get that one to go, and we do have a whistle sending it the other way. Warrensville is doing a great job crashing the glass. The issue for them, they're getting fouls too.
Yeah, they're foul trouble right now for Warrensville in terms of CCC's getting the line. They're getting these easy foul shots. They got to make sure that the contact is not obvious. Still play physical, but you can't be that physical to draw a foul. And there's a turnover.
Excellent work by the defense of the Tigers.
Oh.
Puts it up, no good. And Goo will shoot free throws.
How about if he would have made that? That would have been maybe the highlight of this summer league. What an acrobatic attempt right there.
The ESPN jingle.
Yeah, you can hear it in the back of your head. But this is the start for Warrensville. You get a turnover, get to the free throw line, and now you got an opportunity to sink two easy shots.
Another newcomer, the rising sophomore, Latrell Goo. Talked to him when I came in earlier today at 4. He was already here putting up shots. He was putting in the work well before this game got underway, and he said he's excited for this year, kind of previewed this game, said what we know now about Howard being the main center with Gum out today due to rest. He was able to set the stage, and really overall stand-up guy. That's what you love to see, especially in a game that revolves a lot around culture. He will split the pair, picks it up, and he will keep possession with Warrensville. Tries to draw the contact. It doesn't matter. Cleaned up by Nellensby, and that will give Warrensville Heights the lead.
That's how you play if you're Warrensville. You got to stay aggressive, attack. I noticed when they were running the traps, shooting a lot of threes, deep shots, but now they're able to get to the rim and get to the charity strike.
And now I think we might have a tech. You will see down here, you see it on your screen, they're going to give the explanation. And now we're going to see Michi get the explanation as well. But in this time, it's still a running clock, 7:25 left to go. And I think the officials are just kind of going to talk this one over to make sure they got it right. But that's a tough one, as now it is 2 free shots for Donnie Driscoll. You talk about a good start for Warrensville in the second half of the first half. So really the second quarter, if you will. But that kind of falls off to the wayside. But that one not going to go in for Donnie Driscoll. I kind of have a feeling, Gabe, this is going to be one of the best ever Summer League games we're going to see at this competition.
It sure looks like it so far. I mean, both teams playing physical. I think the level of competition, the level of physicality is unheard of for kind of a preseason game, not a regular season game. And that's what we love about these two teams. No matter what it is, no matter what the stakes are, you can tell they love basketball, and they're going to play at the highest level of competition, no matter what the stakes are.
And they're stand-up groups, too. Warrensville always welcoming to us. CCC offering the full snack shack and everything to get us out there. They know the way to my heart, Gabe. So that could be one to look for come the actual OHSAA season, if we can make it over to CCC or not. Speaking of the Ironmen, they are on offense. Good drive down low. Foster kicks it out. The 3 from Duncan, unable to get it to go. Misses side rim. Rebounded Jolly. And here he comes up the floor for the Tigers. Handed up behind. It is Marlon Jackson, the rising freshman, one of the new big names on this Warrensville Heights squad. You see him with the NEO Youth Elite badge on his shoulder. Nellensby, it is picked off. Here comes Mike Duncan, and he will lay it in uncontested.
Great job jumping the passing lane there.
First 2 points of the game for Duncan gives CCC back the lead. In the meantime, good drive, the hook not going to happen, and it will be a blocking foul, and it will be free throws for Warrensville Heights.
Thought there could have been a travel there on Warrensville. That was a close call, but nonetheless, great jobs by Warrensville. Once again, getting to the rim and finishing, especially in high school. That three-point shot is hard to fall. It's hard. It's a hard shot to make, so any attempt you can get around the rim and potentially get a charity strike attempt, you need to go for it.
And that foul was listed against Tayshawn Booker, the rising junior. Now Smee makes the first of 2. But you look at this Warrensville Heights squad, the transfers coming in. You also have Rayshawn Myers, number 10, now on the team. Don't believe he is active today, but that's a transfer from one Johnson to the other, from Garfield coming to Warrensville. And if he can start, that's a guy that can be a big impact player and could be one of the most underrated guys this year. We already gave out the Smeefus Award for most underrated player last year, but he could be an early candidate for one this year, or even transfer of the year when that comes around. Cleveland drives, hooks it up, not going to get the lucky bounce off the iron, but picks up his own miss. Duncan near wing, drives down low, great kick out for 3. Foster unable to get it. Once again picks up his own miss, goes behind the back, but right to go. And we do have a foul called.
Man, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but that's a high IQ basketball move right there. Chasing your own shot. You see some guys, sometimes they'll throw up the shot and they won't really go after the ball, but right there, great play right there, running after the ball. It's not going to show up on the stat sheet and they don't get the ball, but next time, more than likely will be rewarded for that effort.
Both squads have done that today, especially a guy like Latrell Goo trying to get some time on varsity for Warrensville. It's hustle plays that will give him those opportunities. Play top, speaking of Latrell Goo. Handed behind, Camden Hill, 3:49 on the clock, 13 all. Good drive, no finish, but it is free throws.
Had a lot of success with that, man, just getting to the lane. They're able to find that, and CCC is being very physical down low, and, you know, that's a consequence of that, obviously, with the free throw line, so might have to start playing less physical if you're CCC. Try not to absorb as much contact when Warrensville's getting to the rim.
But looking at Warrensville Heights last year, 20-6 record. A very good squad, just couldn't get it done in the end. And you'll see on your screen, Michi Johnson is taking his time. What do you think is going through his mind right now?
I mean, he's got to like what he's seen out of this offense. They've really turned it around, and defensively, I thought they've done a good job. I mean, CCC looked very good off the gate, but Warrensville has been able to slow that. I expect them to continue to gain momentum throughout this game, and I think he's got to be happy with what he's seeing so far.
I just noticed this, Gabe. Look at the foul counters.
Yeah.
11 combined.
It's a physical game, man.
Talk about animosity between two sides. Duncan top, dishes behind. Driscoll drives in the paint, kicks to the corner, kept alive, but picked up by Marlon Jackson. Here comes the freshman, right side, puts it up, no good. But we do have a late whistle, foul number 12 of the half.
Yeah, this is looking like those old bad boy Pistons versus the early Michael Jordan Bulls, man.
Who are you kidding? This is Garfield and Warrensville game number 2.
Very similar here with all the fouls, but, you know, this has been a great game so far. Both teams playing very physical, very aggressive. And right now, I mean, it's very unclear who's going to come out top of this game.
And both sides shrewdly saving their timeouts for the time being. 2:10 remaining in the first half. Parker trying to box his way in against Foster. Spins right, unable to get that one to go. Great rebound in the paint by Booker. And here come the Ironmen down by 2. A great game so far, 15-13. And there is a slight miscue on the far side. Driscoll boosts it out of play. It is possession Warrensville, and a chance for one of our first 2 possession leads of the day. The biggest lead, though, belonging to CCC. They led 10-5 early on in this game. Since then, 10-3 run for Warrensville. Parker kicks to the wing. Nellensby drives in.
Ooh.
Great Euro. Wide back for Billingsley, and he has it!
And that's Jaden Billingsley right there. That's going to be what hopefully can continue to do that today, but not just today, but throughout the regular season.
I'll tell you what, number 4 and number 3 wasting no time getting used to each other. Picked up by Parker. Here he comes in transition. Down low. Once again, it's Nellensby.
And there's the
this
timeout.
time he gets the points, and there is the timeout called. 1:08 on the clock, and it is 20-13 Warrensville Heights. What a game for the Tigers. What a second part of the first half for the Tigers.
And, yeah, what resilience by them. I mean, it looked rough in the beginning. CCC was hitting some great shots. They were getting some great shots open because of their moves off the dribble. But they really rallied here with some rebounding, getting to the hole, but also great defensively, applying all-ball pressure, forcing turnovers. It's a great formula to win a lot of basketball games, Smee. And I'd be willing to bet that this team, has a, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a similar result to last year, but even better in terms of the playoffs.
We saw Michi in his huddle. Now it's time to pan on over to see Coach Duncan in his. What do you think is being said in both?
Well, offensively, they've struggled with turnovers. So I think they need to get back. They were great at isolation ball. They were really good at just creating separation and getting the lane, and Warrensville was playing physical. But defensively, they're playing with so much fire to start off the game. And I think really Warrensville kind of adapted to it. But defensively, you have to adapt, and you have to, cannot be as physical down low because, that's just easy points for Warrensville.
20-13 your score. 1 minute left to go in the first half. CCC down by 7, but a chance to change that here. Foster taking it to the top of the arc, matched up against Billingsley. Dished back out, Duncan. Duncan driving, pivoting, great moves, and a great 2.
That's what I was talking about. Isolation scoring, they're great. Their footwork is unbelievable, some of these players. If they can keep doing that, they can keep getting baskets, and they can crawl their way back into this game.
5-point game, 20-15 your score, and we are going to have one heck of a finish here in the first half. Nellensby driving in, shovels down low. Howard denied. He stuffed him. Is that the play of the Summer League?
Sure looked like it there. Great play. I mean, you got a player that's probably, 5 and they're going to call it a foul. But even still, great play right there. Staying physical, keeping your eyes on the ball. Looked like a foul on CCC. But nonetheless, great physical play there by CCC.
And there it is. Howard did get clobbered in the end. So no surprise to see that designation. First of 2 for Howard. Rims in.
Looks to be a big part of Warrensville this season. We saw him a lot in JV a couple times. That one great JV game right before the Garfield and Warrensville game. And we'll see the type of impact he can have alongside Jalen Gum.
And he will split the pair there. 21-15, 23 seconds remaining in the first half. In the final 2 minutes, we do have the clock stopped for fouls. So we will see how that plays out in the second half. It is Duncan dribbling. 12 seconds left to go, now 10. Do they hold or do they shoot early? It looks like they will hold. 8 seconds left to work with. Duncan driving, loses it behind, picks it back up again. Kicked back top, Driscoll boots it. Loose ball, and that's half. Excellent work by the Warrensville Heights Tigers defense, and they are able to hold up on the final defensive possession.
Excellent job there, not overcommitting on anything, not trying to reach for anything, and just staying put, staying home, and they're rewarded there as they get a nice stop.
As we do reach halftime, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this summer. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing. It greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. As well, stay up to date on every single article posted on the SmeeSports.com website. Head on over there. Check out our written content. Gabe, you've done a couple of articles. We also have Daniel Wright. Now we're doing some. Emily Mulberg, just to name a few of our great writers that we have on staff. And finally, outside of sponsoring broadcast, that information on your screen right now. If you want to leave us a donation, which then kind of gives back into doing these broadcasts, paying fees, doing all of that kind of thing, and eventually being able to pay our staff something outside of just canes on a Sunday, then go over to our website, leave a donation. Any monetary donation is appreciated, but it is not required by any means. SmeeSports is right now, and my plan is to always be a free source to catch everything sports, not only in the Cleveland and Stark County area, but all across the state. We'll step aside for 1 second as we have gone on for about 22 minutes now in a row. We'll catch our breath and be back on to talk about other NEO basketball issues and to recap the first half. Halftime about done here at Warrensville Heights High School in game number 1 of our second doubleheader of the day. It is the Tigers on top, 21-15 against Cleveland Central Catholic. For those just joining us, he is Gabe Cozza. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We teased it earlier on in the broadcast. One of the big transfers of the year, King Young leaving Cleveland Central to go and play for Sonny Johnson at Garfield Heights. Gabe, your thoughts? We saw him at the Summer League. Kind of what we expected from him, still taking some time to get accustomed to playing with the guys, but still nothing with Marcus yet due to him playing in the EYBL.
It's going to take some time, but it's a really interesting move. There's a lot of good guards on that Garfield basketball team, and the question of, will King Young start? Will Marcus play the 2? It's an interesting discussion to have in terms of fit, but I think ultimately when you have a chance to get a player like King Young and slot him in at the 1 or 2, I mean, your offense is going to benefit tremendously. But either way, Sonny Johnson's had so much success as a coach that I'm willing to bet he'll probably figure that out, and Garfield will once again go very, very far in the regular season, but also in the playoffs.
I agree with you there. Looking at today, the winner of this game takes on the winner of North Canton Hoover and Fairview Park in the LockedIn championship game. That game will tip off at around 7:05 p.m. most likely. Could have some stuff in between, and just given the halves and given the guys from that other court coming on over, might take a second or two. And as well as we showed on the screen over there, the officials kind of talking with each other. That is the beauty of the LockedIn High School Summer League. These officials kind of have a coalition. They learn from each other. They talk over plays. They get on the same page. And the most important thing, they get better as officials, and that is one of the trademarks of this league. That is something that Chris Walker has prided himself on since starting the Locked-In Summer League back in 2013, which, by the way, it was won by CCC back then. They won in 2013 and 2015. Second half underway. Warrensville Heights up by 6. They're in the dark blue and yellow jerseys. CCC in the red and dark blue splits. Nellensby shovels behind, picking up Nick Parker. Far side, Billingsley shifting. I wouldn't be surprised to see more time used by Warrensville in this second half. Picked up by the Ironmen. Here comes their offense. Laid down low. Time now called. Travel called, and Donnie Driscoll coming up lame after getting a slight collision.
Well, great defense from CCC. Some of that energy we saw at the beginning of the first half. Looks like they're going to bring it out the start of the second half.
And I think Warrensville Heights knows what they have to do to control the clock in this second half. They beat a very good Lou West squad by playing gritty basketball. That's what they're going to do today. Plays like that win you basketball games. Nick Parker is on the board for the second half, and so is Warrensville Heights. Excellent drive, excellent finish from him. That's what we expect game in and game out from Nick Parker. Driscoll picks up top to Duncan. Duncan shifting in, gets hit, and it goes the other way.
And that's a great, way to combat physicality offensively. If they're going to want to get to the rim like that, if you're willing and if you can put out a charge, that's great basketball IQ right there. And if they, once again, just another example of how well coached this Warrensville Heights Tigers team is. From where they were when Stunny first took, Michi took over, to where they are now, it's unbelievable. Testament to how good of a coach he is.
Biggest lead of the game for either side. It's Warrensville Heights up by 8. And a chance for them to make it double digits here. Parker taking it up the floor for the Tigers. 8:10 remaining in regulation. Warrensville 23, CCC 15. Very reminiscent of CCC Glenville at NEO Youth Elite this past season. Hill clobbered, can't get the and one, but he will take 2 shots. And once again, Coach Mike Duncan livid.
Yeah, that's tough right there. That's a great move offensively. Good defense, but really just great offensive play right there. Creating separation with the spin, something we saw CCC do a lot in the first quarter. And Warrensville looking to extend their lead even more to start the second half.
I'll tell you what, Gabe, based on the way these coaches are coaching, if you would have said we are back in February, I wouldn't bat an eye. This is what you expect to see from these two heavy competitors. Hill second, bounces out, no good. He will split the pair, and the rebound belongs to the Ironmen. Driscoll taking it up the floor, drives left, down the center, puts it up, and it rolls in. One of the more beautiful finishes today from Donnie Driscoll. One of his best moves that we have seen in our time covering him. Warrensville, can they respond? Nellensby driving. It is a blocking foul call. Once again, it's on CCC. And once again, we do have the Peanut Gallery giving their opinions.
I don't think his feet were set. I don't have the replay in front of me, but I like that call just from what I saw it up here. What do you think, Smee?
It's a tough one. It is such a fickle matter. You can see it one way, you can see it the other. 9 times out of 10, it is a blocking foul.
And that's a charge. Yeah, good call there. Great job right there. Keep your feet set and putting your body on the line for a summer league game. I mean, the intensity of this game is unreal. And like you said, this looks like a February game.
And speaking of February, the Super Bowl, 24-17 the scoreline. Looks like a football score for now.
Sure does.
But looking at the way CCC has played this game, they are not giving up. And based on that charge, maybe it's ball don't lie. Driscoll, he gets hit, puts it up. And even on the shot, Howard gets the block. But it should still be 2 shots for CCC.
That's what I want to see out of Driscoll. One of the fastest players on the court, but he also has great ball handling. He's going to have a lot of opportunities there if he actually goes for them and gets to the lane.
I believe they say not on the shot. Possession remains with CCC. Duncan kicks top. The 3 for Driscoll. No good. Rebound Parker. And Warrensville Heights has a chance to get some points back on the board. Still up by 7. Billingsley dishes down low, picked up by the Ironman. It's Driscoll, one man to beat, and he gets blocked but fouled in the process.
Man, Driscoll's been great for CCC, but they get the ball denial on the post, and Driscoll sees that and moves towards the ball, is able to get the steal, And like I said, one of the fastest players on the court with one of the best handles. Also, he can also finish like crazy. So, like I said, I mean, if he keeps taking up these opportunities, he will be rewarded.
First of two, going to bounce out, no good. But CCC so far this summer, Philly Live Ashland Team Competition / Camp, Akron and BG Camps. Over at Akron and BG, Gabe, undefeated. Ashland and Philly Live, they did suffer a couple of defeats, but really they did improve massively in those games, and they have been one of the highest stock risers of the summer, I would say. Them and maybe Andrews Osborne with their new coaching staff. Tips out low, picked up by Hill in the near wing on the paw. Possession still with Warrensville. 14:30 remaining in regulation. It is the Tigers up by 6. Hill drives far side, no look to Parker. In and out, no good. Rebound CCC. Is momentum starting to shift to the Ironmen? Good pump and drive by Alexander. Kicks to the corner, kept in play by Foster. Foster against Parker. It's a man-to-man defense right now for the Tigers. Good screen set, now it's a give and go. Booker, the three, airballed, and it will stay. No, it will go to Warrensville.
Defense off the screen, though, cannot leave a man wide open right there. They got lucky with the miss, but going forward, Warrensville's got to make sure they have everybody accounted for.
Exactly right. They have to do everything right from here on out. Same with CCC. One mistake, and you allow your opponent to really change the name of this game. Hill driving, step back three. Unable to get that one to go. Good rebound by Donnie Driscoll, and here come the Ironmen once again. In the meantime, it is Marlon Jackson, the freshman, warming up, ready to come in as he is in front of the scorer's table. Alexander, far corner, matched up with Nellumsby. Foster now dribbling at 13-13 left to go. Good drive, bounce pass down low, couple pivots. The shot not going to go in, but there is the foul.
That was a great play there to draw the foul, but if you're Warrensville, you cannot let someone just drive right past you and get to the rim. You're going to pay for it because you're in a mismatch down low. They got to fix that up. That's 2 defensive lapses the last 2 possessions.
The foul on Quaylen Howard.
And CCC starting to gain some momentum right here. What a game.
First, no good. A lot of missed free throws today from CCC. By my count, that is the 4th miss. And they have a total of, I want to say, 6 makes. 60% from the line, not bad in Summer League, but in a win or go home game, undefeated record on the line, you need a little bit more than that. And a chance for that little bit more here. And he got it. Tayshawn Booker on the board for the first time today, and that will now make it 24-19. Here come the Tigers in transition. Billingsley, the 3, not gonna go. Rebound, Warrensville Heights will keep it, great work. Goo gets hit, kicks outside, another 3, he got it! Jalen Billingsley, his second 3 of the game. Now 27-19 your score. An 8-point lead for the Tigers, biggest of the day, and there's a charge added on.
Seen a couple of those. In most cases, when you got an open floater like that, you probably shouldn't pass it, but when you got Jalen Billingsley at the 3-point line open, you got to give him that ball, and right now, Warrensville starting to get some momentum once again. It's a game of momentum.
But what a game so far, Gabe. Physicality at an all-time high, and I feel like if we see Fairview come out of that next room, it's going to be 3-point for 3 points. But if it's Hoover, they're going to bruise as much as they can. Hirschberger and John Collins, they're going to bring the heat. Long 3, unable to get that one to go. Good idea from Jackson, can't get it, but it will stay with Warrensville.
CCC's got to corral that. You got to take as many opportunities as you can get. If you're Warrensville, I'd like to see a better shot from that. Work the ball around and try and find the best possible shot.
I agree with you. They have time on their side. This is where they can use it to their advantage. Play down low, Jackson driving, good pass to Goo. Goo pumps, and he will draw the foul.
And that's exactly what I meant. I don't know if you heard me or not, but that's how you play right there. Look for the open man, create some separation, make the nice pass, and ultimately get your teammate to the charity strike. Nice play.
Coach Cozza taking all the credits. But this is the beauty of the Summer League. It's just a great atmosphere, great environment here at Warrensville Heights High School. We've also done games at Lou West in the past. I think, Gabe, your favorite moment from that one is respect the line.
Of course, I think that was my first ever game I've called on this channel. So
second one. That was the Lou West JV game.
Either way, you always learn something new, and very interesting experience.
Gu unable to get that one to go. He will split the pair. 9-point lead, biggest of the day for the Tigers. The three from Alexander bounces out, no good. Howard the rebound and the shovel as he falls. And on top of that, he serves as a hurdle. Mr. Do-It-All reincarnated. No more Ari in OHSAA. Maybe a slightly taller model now in play. Gu to the far wing, picking up Jolly. Now back to Jackson. Jackson, 9:24 left to go in regulation. Good moves, played down low, it's Howard, and he hooks it in.
Great feed there by Jackson. Keep your eyes up, find the open man.
First two of the day for Quaylen Howard, 11-point lead. What can CCC respond with? The offense falling on deaf ears as of late. Driscoll top, drive spins, and he will travel.
Yeah.
Warrensville's defense in mid-season form.
They don't give up, man. It don't matter what the momentum's like. They always find a way to never make it too close. They always get their game up, always get their act up. And a lot of that's been, better offensive decisions, not settling for bad shots, looking for the open man, especially with the double team. It's going to be there.
Without three of your star players, you find guys to step up, and that is what Warrensville has done today. One of the best team performances we've seen on the channel in basketball history, and it is in the summer. Jolly at the logo, down low, great move by Gu, untouched for two.
They look like the 2014 Spurs right now with the way they're moving the ball. I mean, this is just beautiful basketball.
32-19, Warrensville wants a chip on their home floor. Floated up, no good. Foster will now go to the line for two.
Kind of abandoned that a little bit, CCC. They need to get to the rim like that. That seems to be their most efficient way to get to the rim, or to score, sorry. To my knowledge, how many threes have they made so far in this game?
Which team?
Oh, CCC. 0. So, yeah, getting to the rim, it's going to be the way they can win this game. Obviously, you're going to maybe have to hit a couple threes, but I would like to see CCC take most of their shots inside the paint.
3 threes for Warrensville, none for CCC.
That's crazy. And nowadays with basketball, but I like their style, and they've definitely had some great stretches of offense. It's just, turnovers and defensively, they've had a couple of lapses, which is why Warrensville has the lead right now.
If this continues, bring out the black and white film tape. Going back to Wilt's days.
Yep.
No threes. Long one for Jackson. Unable to get that one to go. Rebound, Donnie Driscoll. And this could be a turning point. Donnie coast to coast, but picked up by Jackson. Excellent move by the freshman. No look. The plant in three. No good for Warrensville. But it is rebounded by Jolly and kicked back out. They will keep possession. Excellent hustle. 6:45 left to go in regulation. 32-21 your score. Warrensville on top. Billingsley pumping. He will go back to the top for Jolly. These Tigers looking dangerous. Billingsley spinning left. What a move. Gets clobbered. No call. No good. Loose ball in the backcourt. And finally, CCC picks it up. Here comes their offense. Duncan gives it off to Foster. Off kilter. No good. Rebounded by Gu.
Coach Duncan noticeably upset, and I can see why. You got to get to the rim.
Nellensley swings far side. Jolly, no good. Rebounded by CCC. Booker spinning out of that hit. 6 minutes left to go in the semifinals, Gabe. It is Warrensville up by 11. Good move by Duncan. Goes far corner for three.
There they go. They got one.
Donnie Driscoll, far corner three. And we have a timeout called. Welcome back, CCC.
It was only a matter of time because they were taking their attempts and they weren't missing them badly, but we'll see. Maybe this is a spark right here. They hit 1-3. Maybe they can catch hot and have a balance between scoring in the paint as well as making outside shots.
Only the 4th combined 3 made today. Interesting to see that dynamic in the Summer League. Usually that's where you see all of the threes chucked up.
But I like it, though, because by spreading the ball around and trying to get to the rim, you're building team basketball and you're learning the fundamentals more, whereas just shooting, you're just shooting the ball. So I think there's more to learn with that. In an environment like this, I think that's more beneficial for both teams.
Taking this time to preview our upcoming broadcast. Still 7 more before we hit Monday morning. Oh, goodness, what have I got myself into here? 2 on Saturday as a part of the Kent State Invite number 3 championships. 10 a.m. and 12:15 at KSU Schoonover Stadium. Then 8:30, 10:45, 1, 3:15, and 5:30 at Kent State on Sunday. That is the Laurie Mendenhall Memorial Showcase Championships for the 18U division. Gabe, I believe you will be joining me potentially for some of the later games, as 8:30 is too early for you. And when my alarm went off at 5 a.m. this morning, I think you know the meme. Mr. Krabs waking up, you have that audio in the background. That's what it felt like.
It was an early morning for me, Smee, too. Alarm clock went off at 6:40, not as early as you, but some of those early mornings are rough, man.
I was in the box by then. Come on now. 5:44 remaining. Foul called, and Coach Duncan has lost it. And do you think it's warranted? Because I kind of think there's a case.
I think in this environment, you know, you got to call the obvious fouls, but the element of letting the guys play and playing physical, if I was the ref, I wouldn't have called that. But we'll see. That pressure, though, looked like it was beneficial before the foul was called. And there they go. They get the tip.
And it will go to Warrensville. Both sides wanting more from their groups, and that is how you know you have 2 top competitors.
Warrensville's going to run. Oh, sorry, they're not.
Warrensville to inbound. Dellensby picks it up. Here comes the offense. 5 minutes left to play in regulation. Coast to coast. No lucky roll. Rebound CCC. Booker does a great job boxing out. Here comes the offense. Duncan floats it up. No good. And it is picked up by Nellumsby again. Goo takes it in transition. Drives center of the paint. No lucky bounce again. Bounced ball picked up by Goo. Possession Warrensville still. Driscoll, an excellent trap, playing excellent defense, and a timeout has been called by Michi Johnson.
That's a great timeout in basketball. That's kind of known as the dead zone. If you get trapped in that zone right there, it is very hard to get out of it. And if you do, it more than likely requires you to throw the ball up and hope, kind of sort of throw a Hail Mary and hope to God a teammate catches it. So nice timeout there, drop a play, and hopefully get a basket out of this possession.
As we are during a break here, to stay up to date on all the games we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter as well. Go down below and subscribe. It has no cost, but it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. Our goal is 4,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year, or really the end of the summer. So if you do, go down below and subscribe, leave a like rating. Both help out the channel tremendously as well. If you want us to see either of these teams during the basketball season, let us know. Had a brief conversation with Coach Johnson, and I think, Gabe, our motto is pretty simple for basketball. Johnson and Johnson.
Of course, that's the bread and butter of this channel. Shout out to them. They've been great friends of the channel, always willing to support us, and we're more than grateful for them.
And going back to NEO Youth Elite, that was one of our big events that we did.
It was.
Sonny took a chance, and I mean, he went on the word of the softball coach at the time, Kurt Mariola Jr., another friend of the channel, went on his word for Youth Elite. And the viewership we got for that, Gabe, was tremendous. That Lou East Warrensville game, one of the best that we'll ever have called together, I'm sure.
And that's going to be going CC's way. They're going to call it on Warrensville.
But going back to that game, Gabe, that was just wild, 65-61. And now that is the encore performance of Youth Elite this year. Lou East and Warrensville. That's going to be fun come December.
It's a great game. And, you know, you had guys like TJ Crumple and a lot of stars out there. And that was a great game to call. And hopefully we can do it again. And
it's going to be Nellumsby's homecoming, too. Final 4 minutes of this game. Good drive by Duncan. Floats it up. No good. Missing wide right. Kept in play by Warrensville. Driscoll picks it up. In traffic. Puts it up. No good. Alexander now flies in. Frees it along with himself. And we will see it again. Duncan driving left side with the right. Too shy. Rebound Nellumsby. Here comes the Tigers. Nellumsby, what a Euro. And what a finish.
He's had a couple of attempts there where they've just missed, but he's able to get it to fall there. Great finish right there.
3:20 left to go in regulation, and Gabe, this could be the curtain call. Good move inside Driscoll. Can't respond. Good rebound down low. The shot no good, and it will be a blocking foul. Booker draws 2 free throws.
Great hop step right there, able to get that separation initially, and a great rebound there to finish it off. CCC back on the charity line, and that's 7 fouls on Warrensville.
Wow.
That is
13 combined in the half.
some old school basketball today. Only a handful of threes, I think 4 or 5 from both teams, and this is the fundamentals of basketball right now tonight.
First of 2 is good. As well, stay with us after this one. It will be a new broadcast link, but it is the Locked In High School Summer League Championship game. The winner of this game takes on the winner of North Canton Hoover and Fairview Park. Both are good from Booker. One of the first 2-for-2 trips to the line today, Gabe. 8-point game, 2:17 on the clock. It's time for the nitty-gritty. Played backed up. It is Nellensby driving in, shifting right, hooks it, no good, but draws the foul. And Gabe, that might be enough for Warrensville to see this one out.
Yeah, it might be. And that was a great job right there, because this moment of the game, you want to try to hold the ball, but you don't want to be too conservative, because we've seen in all sports, basketball, baseball, football, you name it, sometimes being too conservative could hurt you, and you know they can run with the trap. You could potentially get a turnover there, but that's a good balance right there, holding the ball, but also taking the opportunity that's given to you. And like you said, this could potentially seal the game right here.
Nellensby, 10 points in this game out of 36. That's a game changer. Final 90 seconds of regulation. Foster kicks to the top. CCC needs a whole host of points. Duncan drives, blocking foul called. Clock continues to run. 1:15 and counting left to go. 10-point lead for Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, that hurts CCC a lot right there. That's unfortunate, because you want to try and get to the rim, and that's their bread and butter, but ideally you want to get a quick shot off there.
And now, as we do hit the minute mark, the clock will stop. First of 2, it is shy, no good. That's a big miss.
It is a big miss right there. The minute left. It's still, if he can make one, they could potentially get a rally, but it's going to be tough, and they're going to need to apply a lot of on-ball pressure and get multiple turnovers.
Gabe, you weren't with us here last year. You are about to experience the greatest thing in this competition's history. The walkthrough of who plays the winner here, because we don't know. It's going to be a fun one. I am sure of it. Good trap on Nellensby. He will lose it. Picked up by CCC. They have 45 seconds left to go. Can they get something going? Driven down low and banked in. Duncan now with 6. It's an 8-point game. Here come the Tigers. Chucked up the floor in stride. Billingsley resides in the wing. 30 seconds left to go. He is tripped up on the baseline. 29.7, and there is the foul.
I was close to him stepping out of bounds there. I think he fouled him almost like a quarter of a second before he stepped out of bounds. But this might be the deal here if he's able to make 1 or 2 of them.
1, I think, is more than enough to seal it here. But can't get it.
Don't want to jinx him now.
I blame you completely for that one. You said it first, not me.
Fair enough.
And the walkthrough of champions could be North Canton Hoover. We have 2 of their guys coming in here, and it looks like it is the Vikings playing the winner.
It's kind of like the selection of the Pope. You got no idea.
Habemus, second finalist. Driven down low, blocked but a foul, 24.8 remaining. But it looks to be North Canton Hoover looking to win this tournament for the first time since 2021.
And they're going to have a battle on their hands. Warrensville, one of the most physical teams in this tournament, also one of the best coach teams. And like you said, they've gotten contribution from a lot of guys, especially with a couple of their best players out. Really great team performance today from Warrensville.
No final score yet. The first of 2, no good. So we will see if we find out a final score in the next couple of minutes from that game. Either way, 37-28, Warrensville set to dance to the Locked In High School Summer League Championship game in a few moments. The second is good, 37-29, and now it's fouling central, and there is the first one. So here we go. What do you expect to see here? Do we see CCC just kind of drag this one out?
I would expect that to happen. I mean, Warrensville hasn't exactly made all their free throws, so I could definitely see this be a very long 23.3 seconds.
That's the beauty of basketball.
It sure is. It's a lot of strategy and a lot of competition. That's the beauty of sports, too. Every single sport has its own different ways, kind of like a chessboard. We saw it a lot in baseball. We try to see different factors and different elements. It's what makes sports so good.
Nick Parker has won this competition twice with Lutheran West, and he is able to put on one of the finishing touches. Rebound goes to CCC as he will split the pair. The Ironman will be chucking threes. The first one air ball taken in down low by Foster. In traffic, no good. Parker picks it up, and CCC will pull everybody back. One last play, and that one is in for good measure. Billingsley lays it in, and it is the homeboys. Warrensville Heights getting the win. 40-29 your final, and they will take on North Canton Hoover in the championship game. What a win for Michi and company.
Great win, man. They got some contribution, like I said, from some of their players, out, so guys need to step up, and they did. A great performance today from the Tigers.
To wrap this one up quick, your player of the game presented by SmeeSports, Jalen Nellamsby, 10 points, a lot of good physical plays. The Louise transfer, on point and on fire.
I love the way he attacks the rim too. To my knowledge, I don't think he attempted very many outside shots. It was a lot of, okay, I'm gonna have this ISO ball, I'm gonna get to the rim, get to my spots, get to where I know I have a good shot at making the basketball. It's old school basketball, but I like to see that in the newer age of basketball where it's a lot of outside shots, a lot of screens, and a lot of 4-out and 5-out action.
Time for the 10-minute intermission as both teams warm up. It is North Canton Hoover and Warrensville Heights. If Hoover wins, they will be the third team to win 2 titles in this competition's history. If Warrensville wins, it is their first ever in history, and it will come on their home floor. What a time to be a sports fan. That'll do it for broadcast number 1. Warrensville takes down CCC 40-29 your final. He's been Gabe Cozza. I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now from Warrensville Heights High School, and we will see you again in a few moments. This is the 2025 Locked In High School Summer League Finals on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. You can now hop on over to Game Link number 2 and continue watching the Summer League fun.